This is Jackie, and I'm here with your all-access interview with Godsmack on day 2 of a sold-out but rainy Rock on the Range festival here in Columbus. Growing up in Massachusetts, what were some rock bands you grew up listening to and some radio stations that you found them on?
Well, back then radio wasn't as relevant as it was, as we got into the 70s, 80s and all that stuff, but for me it was Aerosmith, it was Boston, it was Rush, it was Black Sabbath, Zeppelin, and of course Aerosmith being such a massive band from there too. They were real big influence on me when I was younger, not so much even as the kind of music I was playing at that time, but more because they were just such amazing looking rock stars that you wanted to be a rock star, not just a musician. So for me, Aerosmith was one of the biggest ones in Boston.
I would agree. I mean, they're an amazing band even now. Were there a couple of radio stations that you would tune into to hear these bands?
Well, I'm the guy that in the band, the one guy that's not from Boston. So, but even I know AAF and BCN's always been there. BCN probably helped break Aerosmith even back in the day.
Now, you guys have been around for 20 years. What do you attest to your band's longevity?
I think getting through the challenging moments in a career is probably the key, because it's really easy to have a great time when everyone gets along, but when things are getting exhausting and you're hungover and you're dealing with pain and you're dealing with egos and you're dealing with all the typical things that happen when you come into a successful position, it's learning how to acknowledge those moments and get over the obstacles that really helps a band have longevity. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, that's the trickiest part,
Yeah.
Because everything else is just fun. When you look back, and as we are doing now, we've gotten over those mountains, and we're actually really enjoying ourselves now. It's a great life. It's a great career. We're very grateful that we still have one and that people care about this band still. But it's not always like that in the past. There's a lot of difficult moments you have to figure out because you're 4 different people from 4 different places that have 4 different upbringings. And, when you're stuck on a tin can on wheels, you have to learn how to, figure out those tough moments.
That part isn't the glamorous part at all, I'm sure. How would you guys describe your evolution from 1998's self-titled album to last year's 1,000 Horsepower?
A lot of exploration. I would say a lot of different sounding records, It always seems a theme. When we did the Faceless thing, it was a really sharp, almost metal sounding record and very precise playing. And then, with Bottrell producing, who was a metal kind of guy, producer. And then the next record, we went the totally opposite direction and went for our more bluesy or feel side, our Zeppelin influence, And then we made an acoustic record, and then made a heavy record, The Oracle, for the fans. So this one we kind of wanted to come full circle and get back to what made this the band that started in 1995 on the streets of Boston, what made that so exciting and gave it so much energy and rock, We had a theme, energy and rock, and let's go for it like that. I like to think that it's our best record, the new one,
Well, speaking of energy and rock, how do you make sure that you leave a lasting impression with fans?
Listen. I will say this, and this is something that I've always said. This band plays in front of 5 people the same way we play in front of 50,000 people. It's just what we do. We are a real band that plays our instruments. We don't run Pro Tools. We don't run tape. There's no lip syncing. There's no extra tracks running. This band is as real as it gets, and when we're out there, we leave it all on the stage. It doesn't matter if we're hungover, if we're really tired, or if we're in the best shape we could possibly be in. When it's showtime, something clicks, and it's go mode. So, I love this band for that. I can always count on these guys around me to always put on the best show every night,
Well, stay tuned for lots more from the very real Godsmack. This is Jackie, thanks to All Access and In the Key of Change. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Nice and easy.
I got it.